Now let's look at Noble Drew Ali. Here's a man that died a young man. Noble Drew Ali. He lived from 1886 to 1929. I salute my brother. He's the first man to bring Islam to us in the way he tried to bring it. And I thank him, thank Allah for him. He said the Moors were enslaved by reducing their mentality to that of Negroes, blacks, and colored people. As a man thinketh, so is he. Moors, you sleep too much. He's calling all black people in America Moors. But Moors is the name given to the Muslims from North Africa that invaded the Iberian Peninsula and brought Islam to Spain and Portugal and southern France. So he's calling us Moors, and he dressed his followers in the fez of the Muslim people of the East. Look at what he said. The Moors were enslaved by reducing their mentality to that of Negroes, blacks, and colored people. As a man thinketh, so is he. Moors, you sleep too much. Wake up and see the 7 bridges crossing in the sky. Can you see that you are a people? Not an organization. We are a people. We are a nation.
The fear's right. Cool. Okay. Peace, 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 peace. I'm Rami Salam El, and I thank you for watching. We're gonna get this. We got 3 things I want to say before we get to anything, because we got some things to get to, and we gonna get to them. But before we do, I want to just get this right from the jump so we don't waste nobody's time. Number 1, if you're watching this video and you're thinking it's going to be, you know, the Moors versus the Nation of Islam, or Rami versus Brother Ben X, or the Moors are attacking Brother Ben X as he tried to frame it, this ain't that. So if that's what you're expecting, just hit the X now, just leave, because this ain't for you. Number 2, if you're watching this video, if you watch these videos and you just want to hear something that makes you feel good, that, you know, it may not be true. It may just be opinion. It may just be what someone believes, but it makes you feel good. If you're looking to hear that from me, you're mistaken. This is not the video for you. Please hit the X, bounce. Love you, but you're just going to waste your time. And number 3, most importantly, why am I wearing this jersey? Well, glad you asked. Brother Ben said he hooped. You know, man, did his thing. I'm here to tell you, Brother Ben, you ain't got the answers. Oh, yeah, you ain't got the answers, Ben. But who do? We're going to find out in a second. Roll it.
This is the post he made. Let me see if I get to the right one right here. All right, now this is the post he made. Now this is his post. Look what he said. I get it. Folks like you use our oppression as an opportunity to make money. So basically what he's trying to sound the cool is Brother Ben only doing this to make money. The most disingenuous. See, people like this, man, this is, you know, I ain't never, and to be honest with you, man, if I really wanted to make money, I would debate all y'all who be trying to debate me. I would have put Young Pharaoh in all of my, I would have put him in all of my titles when I was debunking the falsehood that he was putting up about, you know, what we was saying. I would have put him in there so I can get more. You don't think if I would have put y'all names in there, I would have got more views? I know this. I know y'all gang, and I know what y'all be doing when y'all be going at each other. Oh, let me keep up with it. Let me put his name in there. He gonna respond. I could be doing all that, but I choose not to. I choose to post positive stuff. I choose to, when y'all be trying to do all this different stuff, you know, I choose not to do that. If I really want to make money, I would be talking about drama every day. Do you know I lose views because I talk about the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Come on, man. Y'all, see, y'all be killing me, man. Conscious community pimping. And then check this part out. He says, he shows my video, what I made of the minister talking about nationality. And look what he said. He says, this is sad to see. People who have, okay, he messed up on his little sentence. People who have the information and knowledge yet choose to use it to mislead the people. So he trying to say we misleading the people for whatever reason. Because we teaching the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we misleading the people. When the Honorable Elijah Muhammad have probably, I know for a fact, have saved more people than he have. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad have saved more people than he have. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad haven't even been among us. And that's a fact. Can prove it. I got testimonials. Can prove it. Those kind of people suffer a terrible fate. So he says, we're going to suffer a terrible fate. I pray you stop trying to. So he says, I'm trying to mislead people away from the truth for you and your family's sake. So I guess, you know, something's bad finna happen to us, and everybody, every last person. Oh, check this part out. Look at what he said. That's some other stuff. Okay, this is the video that he made about me. This is the video that we're watching right now. Look, he says, you don't truly care about so-called black people. You see this stuff, man? You see this? He says, you don't truly care about so-called black people. So you mean to tell me I went through it with my family? I gave up basketball when I could have been, you know, I could have went to another college, played overseas. You know, I could be training. I could be doing all kind of other stuff. But I sacrificed to post the videos of the minister, post videos of motivation, post my life, show my entrepreneur. You know, I do all the stuff. And I'm not bragging on myself. That's please don't make. I'm just responding to what he's saying. And let me just I'm going to take it off me because I don't even want y'all to think that. I'm going to just say the minister. Because he said everybody who say black are deceiving the people. Oh, we can use Khaled. We can say Malcolm. We can say all kind of people who used to say black. You mean to tell me all of the threats that they've got from the FBI, the attempts on their life, where they can't get certain jobs because of who they are. Family members done turned on them. Parents done turned on them. Friends done turned on them. You getting made fun of you getting talked about. I mean, you going through all this hell, and then you come back and say you don't care about so-called black people just because we use the word black. These the kind of guys, man. This stuff right here, man. This stuff I don't get. And then look what he says. It won't be funny when you have to face our Creator. So I guess he's saying after we die, you know, he on that spooky stuff. After we die, we gonna meet the Creator. So look what he says. I'm reading his caption now. The problem these folks have with me is I ain't scared to tell the truth. Now, first of all, I don't have no problem with them at all. I don't even tag these guys. I don't be under their comments. Now, the reason I was in his comments because he made a post about me. But when they make posts trying to say stuff, people wrong for saying black, I see it. I know they be telling. I don't be in their comments. I don't be doing all that, man. So he says, I ain't scared. So I don't care if you tell the truth or not. I have no problem with you. He says, if they calling you black and won't teach you about Noble Drew Ali, they pimping you straight up. Can y'all believe that? If they calling you black and won't teach you about Noble Drew Ali, they pimping you. That's the most Christianity-ish sentence I've ever seen. What if somebody don't know about Noble Drew Ali? What if somebody don't know about Noble Drew Ali? You mean to tell me? And again, disclaimer: this is not against the Moors. This is to this brother who's attacking me because I use the word black. What if somebody don't know about Noble Drew Ali? So they pimps now. This is some crazy stuff we be saying, man. This is some crazy stuff we be saying. Look, check out what he said. He says, look, that's cute, but black being an adjective isn't a belief. Neither is us being Moors. Neither is Noble Drew Ali being a prophet. But like I said, sooner or later, you will have to holler at our creator, keep that same energy, peace and love. So I said, brother, can you go into detail about holler at our creator? What are you saying to him? Because he's talking to another brother now. He says, when we die, we'll be held accountable for our actions. Now you and others can think it's funny and have your giggles right now, but you will pay for lying and deceit and misleading the people. See, that sounds like Christianity to me. I'm just saying, and I know all Moors don't think like this. So again, I'm only talking to him because I know some Moors who don't be on, they don't be on that spooky stuff. But I'm just saying, see, now it's like a scare tactic. Now it's like some fear stuff. Like what the slave master who we be talking about taught the slaves. Oh, if you don't obey me, guess boy, you're gonna be burning in hell forever. You ain't gonna never be able to get out. Ain't no water down there. You understand me? It's hot. So it's kind of like you trying to scare people into it, brother. That's not the way to do it, man. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us ain't no mystery God. And ain't no heaven and hell after we die. So you're not finna get us with that one. No, sir. No, sir. You're not finna scare us with that one, man. So we got to stop this stuff, man.
Hi, so we gonna get to it. I promise you. But I just want to say this one thing to Brother Ben, because I saw in the video, he was saying that, you know, he don't really watch, you know, he just ignores the videos that are addressed to him if his people's talking to him. So I want to put this in the front of the video, so hopefully he can see this part and understand where it's coming from. And then the rest, you know, I'll just be talking to y'all as if I'm just talking to y'all, and I'll use Brother Ben and the things he said as an example, you know, just to teach what I'm speaking on today. Brother Ben, I apologize. I apologize if I hurt your feelings in any way, if I made you feel like your work wasn't being, if I wasn't respecting your work, or if I was dismissing your work. I apologize for even framing the sentence as if I know for a fact that you truly don't care about so-called black people. I could have used a kinder word. I could have used a more gentle word than pimping. And I apologize. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, that was the other thing. Aside from more stuff, aside from anything that's about to be talked in this video, I'm extending my hand to you and saying I have an idea to help the people if you're willing to work with me. You had mentioned in the video that, you know, you were struggling, I forget what word, you were struggling to read a word. You said you hadn't studied the law stuff. Cool, that's not even a point. I have this vision of creating a program to help teach our people and all people how to read, because I realize that's like an issue. I don't want to say a problem or like something that's wrong with us, but that's something that is holding us back from accessing and digesting a lot of information. And it's a problem that I feel most people don't want to talk about because it's embarrassing. So if you're willing, I would love for you to reach out to me so that we could create this reading program for anybody. Don't matter your nationality, doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter your, well, for me, it doesn't matter your race, because I feel everybody needs to be able to read. But if you are interested, if you want to work with me on that, please reach out. That could be something that is nothing to do with any of your beliefs or anything that I feel, or, you know, my, ideology or doctrine. It don't have nothing to do with that. It's just simply teaching our people how to read. Much love to you. Even if you don't want to accept the love, even if you don't feel it's genuine, I'm still sending the love to you because I care for you and your family, whether you understand it or you believe it or you realize it or not. Hopefully down the line you will. But, you know, it doesn't matter. Just understand it is love. But even in this love, we got to be correct. And that's ultimately the point of everything about me even addressing you. Cool. Now, the people. Let's get to Brother Ben and why I'm doing this video. Why I even reached out or messaged or made a comment to Brother Ben in the first place. Brother Ben framed it as like, you know, I'm just doing my thing, my NOI thing, and I'm making my videos, and I'm doing peaceful and positivity, and it's just these people that keep attacking me, and I don't know why. You see, that kind of tactic is very, it's very clever. It's very tricky because it frames it as if I'm the attacker, if I'm the aggressor. But let's break it down a little bit. Let's understand the context of what happened. I made the post on Instagram after I saw his post of Minister Louis Farrakhan, Honorable Louis Farrakhan. And in big bold letters, it said nationality. And when I saw that video, I said, oh, so you just was trying to do a little slick underhand way. Because in the video, matter of fact, I'll play you the video so you can see for yourself. But yeah, we'll play it and then I'll come back and we'll continue.
You say, well, I don't want to hear that. I ain't no Muslim. Okay, what are you? If I ask you to tell me your nationality, you'll point to some little spot on the earth that you think defines who you are. It's limited. I'm from Georgia. Good for you. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Alabama. But I'm from New York. But that does not define who you are. I'm from Jamaica, man. I'm from the Caribbean. Or I'm from Africa. I'm from Ghana, Guinea, Mali. That don't define you. You are defined by the nature in which you are created. And if your nature is the same as the nature of God, no land mass can define you.
All right, so you just seen what happened. Farrakhan, he started talking about that. Well, first he was talking about cities, but that's not. He was talking about nationality and saying, "Oh, you from there, and oh, you from there, and oh, yeah, that's cool." But you know, why would you want to claim a little piece when you can claim the whole thing? You know, and you need to identify yourself with your nature and not da 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 da. And you see, I don't even want to get into the point of what he was saying. What I want to say, and what I want you to realize, and what I want you to focus on, is the fact that it was a very subtle, a very underhand, a very slick way of dismissing the teachings Noble Drew Ali taught us. Just dismiss, you know what? Let's not even deal with nationality. Whoa. So you want to push nationality aside, which can be proven with documentation and historical facts and records, and you want us to just believe the religion, the religious aspect. Just believe that we're Muslim and just call ourselves Muslim. Because that identifies who we are. But not nationality. You see, that is the problem. And the reason why I addressed Brother Ben is because he posted that knowing it. And it was like a real slick way for Brother Ben to be like, yeah, I'm going to throw some shots, but I'm just hiding my hands. So then he could say, well, you know, I just was doing my thing. I didn't attack those Moors. I wasn't saying nothing about them. But let's think about this for a minute. Think about this and be honest with yourself now. What so-called black group, aside from Moors, is standing on nationality? Don't worry, I'll wait. You go ahead and think about it. Do 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 do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the shots was coming at Moors, and I seen it, and I didn't appreciate it, and that's the initial reason why I addressed Brother Ben on his IG. But even in that, I wasn't disrespecting. What I was doing was being real, sincere, and honest. That I pray that you change your ways, because the people that are doing that, they're gonna suffer because they know what they're doing. And they try to act like they don't, like, oh, what are you talking about? But see, the issue is not whether I caught it, whether the people see it. The true issue is Allah. And Allah knows all, sees all, even what you hide in your heart. And that's the point of me saying that if you don't change your ways, you will suffer a fate. And that's not just coming from me. It's not just like something I made up. Look in the Quran. Brother Ben, Muslims, look in the Quran and read the Quran yourself and see what it says. Matter of fact, hold up. I took a note somewhere in here. Hold up. I got a lot of notes in here, but one specifically for this conversation. Here we are. Boom. And this is from the chapter 35 entitled Religion. And this is coming from the Quran, Circle 7, if you didn't know. Allah is just and righteous, and will judge the earth in equity and truth. Hath he established his laws in goodness and mercy? And shall he not punish the transgressors thereof? O think not, bold men, because thy punishment is delayed, that the arm of Allah is weakened. Neither flatter thyself with the hopes that he winketh at thy doings. His eye pierceth the secrets of every heart, and he remembereth them forever. He respect not the persons or the stations of men. And basically, that's saying that Allah is peeping all this. And just because you think you're getting away, don't think you're getting away with it because you ain't received the punishment yet. Don't believe that. Don't think Allah is like, you know they Moors, but you calling them black. I feel you. No, it's not going to be cool. Don't flatter yourself. And it don't matter whether you got 100,000 followers or subscribers, or whether you got 5 million and you way up on a pedestal, or you got 500, or you got none. And you just like spreading rumors. It don't matter where you are. Everybody going to be held accountable. That is what I was saying to Brother Ben and to other people who are trying to mislead the people. If you don't know, you can't be faulted for what you don't know, because you didn't know. But when you know the truth, and you consciously and intentionally lie, mislead the people, when you keep on feeding them the lies, for whatever reason you got, understand, it's not going to be all right. It's not going to be, oh, well, I was just trying to get it. You know what I mean? I was, I apologize for misleading all the people and calling them black, even though I knew that there was Moors, and the brothers didn't show me all the evidence, and it's right there in the dictionary. But, you know what I mean? I had to get this money. Allah, you feel me, right? No. And that's the warning I'm giving. Now, whether you want to listen to the warning or not, that's on you. But understand, when that day come, man, gonna be held accountable. This is the fact of the matter. So, that's the reason why I even addressed Brother Ben. And then, what happened was he tried to dismiss it and laugh it off like it was something funny. So then that's when I made the Instagram post. You see, so that's the timeline of everything that happened. Cool. Got the prop ready. So, what's the point of all this? I could, video is 2 hours long. I could easily chop it up, show you where he was incorrect, Brother Ben's incorrect, and give you the facts and the information and blah, blah, blah. But I don't feel like doing that. So I want to get to the point. I want to get to the root cause, the issue, why am I even making these videos? What is this all really for? You know what I mean? And to do that, got this little situation here. Got the whiteboard. Yeah, pun. Now, Most people, I feel, in my opinion, would say, you know, that at the core, we are being mistreated, you know what I mean? We trying to uplift ourselves, but it's too much division. You know what I mean? We always fighting, you know, it's the Moors say this, and Hebrew Israelites say that, Christians say this, Muslims say that, African American, black, Negroes, you got Comedians, you got, what else we got? Melanated, right? We got all this division and we got all the people fighting, right? And one of my favorite quotes that I love hearing, this one right here, is something to the effect of, we need to stop fighting and come together, right? I know you heard that, right? We need to quit all the fighting with each other and we need to fight the true enemy. We need to, blah, 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 right? Something along that line. And this is the thing. I agree. I do think that that is the key, that we do need to come together. We need to stop fighting and come together. I got one question. 3 words. Who is we? It's simple. It's uncomfortable. Who is we? Oh, well, you know, we as black people. See, there's your issue, brother. Not everybody agrees to be called black because some people know the truth that we not black. Oh, well, we all melanated. Again. No. It's not. Oh, and even if we just, let's assume, you know what? We're just going to agree on black. Well, how do you prove that? How much black do you have to have in you to be considered black? Who's doing the testing? Is it Brother Ben, the Nation of Islam? Where do you go for the how black am I test? Do you need 5 drops? 8 drops? What? I don't know. Who could not claim that they're black? But if it's a European person, it has 1/32 black blood in them. They're not black anymore? What is the line? You tell me. Do you know? No. And there is none. Because it's imaginary and it doesn't make sense. The issue that we will continue to have is identity. If we don't know who we are, we can't do anything else. We can't unite. We can't build Black Wall Street. We can't go anywhere because we don't know who we are. That is the issue. And ironically, that's the issue or the answer that Noble Drew Ali came with. He came with the information on who we are. And who is that? Yeah, that's right. Moors. Yes. It's not black people. It's not colored. It's not Negro. It's not African American. It's not Black American. It's not melanated American or melanated being or ancient Kemetic mystery person. No. We all have nationalities. Our nationality is Moorish American. Why? We are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. Very simple. Nothing to do. You ain't got to go to no temple to believe that. You don't have to call yourself a Muslim and subscribe to the Quran. No. It's documented. It's recorded. It's not me saying this. In 1492, the Moors, our ancestors, Moors lost power in Europe. And in that very same year, in 1492, Columbus conveniently discovered America. And all of a sudden, Moors disappeared and Negroes appeared. Think. If I could just get you to think, you could save yourself. A wise man said that. And you see, now I'm going to do some teaching. Because Brother Ben, this is really important. I want to build on this point. Brother Ben has said, he said, oh, because in the video that I made, at the very end, I talk about, and I've said this before, that the Nation of Islam has the structure, has the administrative aspect the foundation for us as a nation. They have it. They have the groundwork laid out. So we do need the nation of it. We need the information. We need the knowledge and the wisdom of how to operate. We need that. But we got to get right. And then Brother Ben was like, nah, don't. We can't unite. You go build your own stuff. Why you trying to get with the nation? And that's how I know I kind of hurt the brother. Because I said, at the beginning of the video, I'm saying, I love you, much love to you. No, I don't feel the love. But then he's saying we need to unite. I say, man, we need to build with the nations. Nah, y'all need to build your own thing. But we need to come together. See, that brother was confused. It's a war going on inside, I feel. But, so the point I wanted to bring up is because he made it seem as though, the Nation of Islam just been doing their thing and just, building it up from the ground up. And, hey, man, you got your own. You could have done it. You could have built your own thing, right? I wanted to bring something up to you. Let's see here. I found it. All right. This is Synchronicity in the Seventh Seal by Peter Moon, chapter 35. It's entitled Noble Drew Ali, by the way. Peter Moon, European, by the way. After reading Peter Wilson's Sacred Drift, I got that book too, I ain't grab it. I was a bit astonished to find out independently, let me use my other voice, that Drew Ali was not only a real character in our history, who not only appeared in the newspapers of his time, but has a substantial FBI file, the entirety of which has not been released to the public at this time. In fact, he was doggedly scrutinized by J. Edgar Hoover's FBI during the Roaring '20s. Although he was by no means the first, quote-unquote, black Muslim in America, he is believed to be the first, quote-unquote, black Muslim prophet. Hold up. Wait a minute. Rewind. Run it back. Although he, Noble Drew Ali, was by no means the first black Muslim, quote-unquote black Muslim, in America, he is believed to be the first, quote-unquote black Muslim prophet. I'm going to continue. Let me change my voice again. It is not surprising that he has been obscured and forgotten by most white historians. But it is even more alarming that the majority of his fellow African Americans are equally ignorant of his incredible life. It will send the shock of ignorance through many people's nervous systems to learn that Drew Ali's murder was a pivotal point in history, which eventually gave rise to the contemporarily recognized figures such as Louis Farrakhan, Malcolm X, and Elijah Muhammad. Oh shit. Yeah. Noble Drew Ali passed in 1929. In 1930, the Nation of Islam appeared. So the whole idea that, the Nation of Islam, we just been building on our own from the jump. Y'all need to just build y'all thing. The truth is, Noble Drew Ali had the first movement, the Moorish National and Divine Movement, and the Moorish Science Temple. Deep, 100,000. And when he was murdered, when he passed, most of those people, yeah. And that's how all of a sudden it got started in 1930 and it was up and running. That's some real history. Oh, I don't believe. It ain't about belief. This is African American Islam by Amina Beverly McLeod. Amina Beverly McLeod. We're going to go to page 10. Early Islamic Communities, 1900 to 1960. I'm going to read from the bottom to the top. Fahim Temple of Islam and Culture, 1930s. State Street Mosque, 1929. Islamic Mission Society, 1939. African American Mosque, 1933. Adenu Allahe Universal Arabic Association, 1930s. Nation of Islam, 1930. Islamic Brotherhood, 1929. First Muslim Mosque of Pittsburgh, 1928. Universal Islamic Society, 1926. Ahmadiyya Movement in Islam, 1921. And what is at the top? The Moorish Science Temple, 1913. Okay, so now it's not just, it's not just, Peter Moon, but now we got African American Islam. Amina, she's saying that. Oh, what do we got here? Islam for Dummies. We're going to go ahead and flip straight to Islam in America, chapter 15, page 248, by the way. Reestablishing a quote-unquote black Muslim community. Okay, by 1900, Islam had pretty well disappeared among the descendants of former slaves in the United States. Okay, but some African Americans rejected Christianity. Okay, got it. Noble Drew Ali. The Moorish Science Temple of America is the first explicitly Islamic movement in the United States. Well, I mean, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's a fact, man. It's a fact. And let's understand what he was teaching. Let me get another book. Let me get another one. Boom. The 5 Percenters. Islam, Hip Hop, and the Gods of New York. Michael Muhammad Knight. Oh, all right. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I already had the page picked out. Page 15. Yeah. No. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Page 17. Excuse me. For Noble Drew Ali, an important element in the coming quote-unquote black religion was a redefining of terms. The quote-unquote black man was neither colored nor Negro. Colored meant anything that had been painted, stained, varnished, or dyed. And Negro meant a 4-legged animal. Ali believed that African Americans were actually Moors. Not a belief. Fact. With a heritage that entitled them to a certain legal and social privilege. Fact. As far back as 1682, citizens of Morocco were distinguished from ordinary Negroes and could not be enslaved. Hold the, whoa, wait a minute. Rewind. Run it back. You see, this the thing, man. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this just to feel good. I'm not trying to make it seem like I got all the answers. But I do got some of them. And I do know what I'm talking about. I didn't just pick up and start recording these videos yesterday. No. Let me read again, just so you can really get it. You feel me? Ali, Noble Drew Ali, by the way, believed that African Americans were actually Moors, with a heritage that entitled them to a certain legal and social privilege. As far back as 1682, citizens of Morocco were distinguished from ordinary Negroes and could not be enslaved. And in 1786, Morocco became the first country to recognize the United States as a sovereign nation. Booker T. Washington had written in Up From Slavery of a black, quote-unquote black man, who, after being refused service at a hotel, showed himself to be a citizen of Morocco and received not only service, but profuse apologies from the staff. Wow. Sundry Free Moors, 1790. Look it up. For Noble Drew Ali, what separated this man and the African American was a knowledge of self. Hold on, where did I? Knowledge of self. Where did I hear that from? Knowledge of self. Oh, shit. What do you know? Know thyself. 1913. For Noble Drew Ali, what separated this man, the man that was being treated disrespectfully and then said that he was a citizen of Morocco and got served, what separated this man from the African American was knowledge of self, a proper consciousness of identity. What America's Moors needed to do was reclaim their nationality. Praise Allah. Now, why did I bring all that up? You see, because something happened. Something happened between what Noble Drew Ali was teaching in 1913 and now. Something happened when he passed. Like right when he passed, the Nation of Islam got the teachings. Something happened. Because all of a sudden they're teaching that we're the Asiatic black man. Now, Noble Drew Ali says we're Asiatics of America in here. Calls us Asiatics very clearly. Doesn't call us black man. In fact, he says that we're not black. So it seems that the teachings that Noble Drew Ali had been teaching 16 years, soon as he passed, it got changed. Asiatic black man. The black man is God, the white man is the devil. I mean, in this book, it teaches us that the devil, the true devil, is our lower self. Yeah. Yeah. So what happened? What was the change? Who changed it? And why did they change it? See, that's the real issue. Oh, and I know what you're thinking. Well, what proof do you got of that? Are you trying to say? No, I'm not trying to say nothing. I'm simply presenting you the information, the evidence, the records. Noble Drew Ali was teaching us that we're not black up until 1929. And all of a sudden, when he passed 1930, the movement and all the people that he was teaching and went to Nation of Islam, and all of a sudden we were black men again. Why is that? Let me read one more thing and I'm going to go ahead and close this out. The Diary of Malcolm X, El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. Man, amazing, brother. In this book, just so you understand, these are the actual diary entries of El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. You should go look it up. You should get the book yourself if you don't have it. Amazing book. And you get to read his words and see what he was thinking and, you know, his thoughts and his perspective on things. You don't have to get it interpreted or as told by Alex Haley, which we know was a plagiarist and plagiarized roots. So you have to understand that. But never mind, different issue, different day. What I want to read is something very brief in this book. Then I want you to think on it. This is page 77. MS was the only who spoke English, so his interpreter, almost 2 hours. He was shocked when MS explained to him about E.M. Elijah Muhammad and the secretaries whose virginity had been violated. They questioned me at length about Elijah Muhammad's theology, his origin, his program, his basic integrity. And in parentheses it says, whether or not his aims and teachings about the white man were based on ignorance or design. I replied, by design. Understand what's being said. This brother, this is when he traveled to the East, right? And he was on a pilgrimage to Mecca and traveling to different countries in Africa. And, he was speaking with a bunch of leaders, a bunch of, prominent figures, kings, and, a bunch of people. And it's all in the back. You can read. Let me show you a little bit of it. You can see they give you a breakdown of all the people that's mentioned in the book. Jonas Savimbi, Oscar Cambona, John Lanios, Moray Berger, Odinga, man, a bunch of people. But what I'm saying to you is that he was in the East and he was talking with a very important person, very important leader in the Muslim world in the East. And they're asking him, because this is at the time when he's splitting from the Nation of Islam, and they're asking him specifically about Elijah Muhammad and whether he was teaching all that stuff about the white man being devil. Like, come on, bro. You know, El Hajj Malik, tell us the truth. Is that just out of ignorance because he doesn't understand that the white man isn't the devil, that it's not about the skin color, it's deeper than that? Or is it by design? And El Hajj Malik El Shabazz said it's by design. So I want you to think about that. I'm not saying anything. I am reporting. I'm giving you the information. This is what El Hajj Malik El Shabazz said when he was in the East and he was traveling and he was talking and he was asked about Elijah Muhammad. And in the book, you'll see that early on, he was like trying to just, you know, not really talk about it. But when this person asked him, he told him straight up. Wasn't out of ignorance. It wasn't because he didn't know the truth. It was by design that he was doing it intentionally. And that goes back to my original point of what I'm speaking about. That the people that know the truth and that they are consciously, intentionally, purposefully misleading the people, that's where the problem lies. And don't believe me. Don't believe Brother Ben. I want you, yes you, to go read what Noble Drew Ali said. Go read what Noble Drew Ali taught. Don't listen to what some, and that's another thing he said, some Moors this and, oh, they be saying that, and, you know, I be hearing Moors say that. Don't put no generic Moors on it. No, Rami Salam El is saying these things. And Rami Salam El is saying to everyone watching, go read what Noble Drew Ali said and judge all Moors off of what Noble Drew Ali said. Don't go off, don't be trying to, oh, well, some Moors tell me this and some Moors don't. I don't want to hear that. What did Noble Drew Ali say? Noble Drew Ali said we not black, Negroes are colored. Yeah. Challenge what Noble Drew Ali said. Analyze what Noble Drew Ali was teaching. Do that. But you see, again, most people don't want to do that. Because you understand who Noble Drew Ali truly is. And that's why I don't play games with this. Because this ain't a game to me. This ain't just some thing I'm trying to get some internet fame, man. I don't need it. Don't want it. I know people, and I could ramble off the things I've done and blah, blah, blah. But this is the beautiful thing. When it all comes out and everything is realized, then it's going to be like, oh, snap. And it's going to be like it's all love anyway. I'm going to leave you with this last one thing. Brother Ben X. Think about that. Why is he called Brother Ben X? You don't know? Well, let's have El Hajj Malik El Shabazz help us understand what the X is for. Shall we? Roll it.
Mr. O'Connor.
What is your real name?
Malcolm X.
Is that your legal name?
As far as I'm concerned, it's my legal name.
Have you been to court to establish that
I didn't have to go to court to be called Murphy or Jones or Smith. Excuse me for answering you this way.
That's
if
all right.
a Chinese person were to say his name was Patrick Murphy, you would look at him like he's insane, because Murphy is an Irish name, a European name, or the name that has a Caucasian or white background. And a yellow person, Chinese is a yellow man, and he has nothing to do or no connection whatsoever with the name Murphy. And if it doesn't look proper for a person who is yellow or Chinese to be walking around named Murphy or Jones or Johnson or Bunch or Powell, I think it would be just as improper for a black person or the so-called Negro in this country, as we're taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to walk around with these names. And therefore he teaches us that during slavery, the same slave master who owned us put his last name on us to denote that we were his property. So that when you see a Negro today who's named Johnson, if you go back in his history, you'll find that he was once his grandfather, or one of his forefathers was owned by a white man who was named Johnson. If his name is Bunch, his grandfather was owned by a white man that was named Bunch.
Would you mind telling me what your father's last name was?
My father didn't know his last name. My father got his last name from his grandfather, and his grandfather got it from his grandfather, who got it from the slave master. The real names of our people were destroyed during slavery.
Was there any line any point in the genealogy of your family when you did have to use the last name? And if so, what was it?
The last name of my forefathers
Yeah.
was taken from them when they were brought to America and made slaves. And then the name of the slave master was given, which we refuse. We reject that name today.
You
and
mean
refuse to...
you won't even tell me what your father's supposed last name was or gifted last name was?
I never acknowledge it whatsoever.
All right, so, I mean, you seen it. You know, he broke it down. You join the Nation of Islam, you drop your slave name because you're not trying to identify by that. And you pick up the X because you don't really know who you are yet. You're trying to find your identity. Okay, but the question, thought what we called ourselves didn't matter. Oh, so it does matter. So there's a reason why. Yeah, it's a reason why we drop our slave name. Because we don't want to be identified by that because we're not slaves, right? That's logical. I get that. That's why Brother Ben is named Brother Ben X. He dropped his slave name. I get it. Question though. Using that same logic, you know, because that is the individual level. That's, you know, each person comes in, they drop their individual slave name, whether it's Jones, Smith, Johnson, Harrison, blase, blase, blah, right? What about us as a whole? What about us as a group of people, as a nation of people? Are we going to drop our slave national name? I mean, the logic worked for us as individuals, so why wouldn't it work for us as a group? Yeah, I feel you, Rami. That makes sense. I know, I thought so too. Then I said, well, if we drop our name as a group, like if we don't call ourselves blacks anymore, if we don't call ourselves African Americans or Negroes, I mean, what do we call? I mean, are we the X people? The X's? Hey, look at the nation of X's over there, the X Nation. What's happening, X Nation? Does that make sense? Is there X? I haven't found an X Nation in Africa yet. I'm gonna look later, but I haven't. Nope, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. It don't make sense, does it? I know it don't. What does make sense is us calling ourselves Moors, because that is the correct name for us as a group of people. What does make sense is us calling ourselves Moorish Americans, because that is our national name. Yes, it does make sense for us to pick up the last name El or Bey, because those are Moorish names. So we drop the slave name, we pick up. It makes sense. No? I mean, who else is doing it? That's another question. Is there any other people around the world calling themselves Moors? Anybody? 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 No? No. Just us. And who's the people fighting us from calling ourselves Moors? Is it the European? Is it the white man? Is it the cracker? No. This is us again. Us fighting ourselves. We fighting ourselves to be ourselves. That is sad. We got to get right. I'm done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for... Oh, actually, last thing. That's what this is for. Because you always hear people say, it don't matter what we call ourselves. They still gonna gun us down anyway. And they don't ask you if you're a Moor or not before they shoot you in the street. So what good does it do? I done heard that. Yes, I done heard that. And the reason they do that is because we've been calling ourselves black so long that they can just assume it. We didn't already put it in the databases and the registration and the birth certificates and the identifications and the PG&E, the light bill, the cable bill, the apartment, everything we identifying as slaves. So why wouldn't they be able to assume that? And conversely, that's exactly part of the reason why they don't just jump bad on any European person, because they don't know exactly who they connected to. But if we calling ourselves black, they know we ain't connected to nobody. So they know we ain't got no a course of remedy, no course of redress. There's no way for us to get justice because we're not citizens. But that's getting into a whole nother issue. You know what I mean? I don't even want to get into that. What I do want to say is us wearing this fez is a way to distinguish us, a way to very clearly say, whoa, that's not a quote unquote Negro. That brother's different. That's part of the reason why we wear a fez. Another reason why we change our name. Another reason why we call ourselves Moors, and why we're encouraging everybody to do it. Because people are looking around, why y'all ain't got nothing built? Well, we ain't got nothing built because the nation still thinks we black. If you got not I don't say an army because I don't even like the concept of war, but if you got a squad of 40 million people, it would be very easy to build a city. Your own state, your own city. Let's just keep it to city. It'll be easy to build your own city real quick if you have 40 million people on a squad. But if you were trying to build a city and you had 100,000 of that 40 million and they were down with building the city, but the other 39,900,000 people, they were all, every time you try to build something, they take a block away. They take a block. You know how difficult it would be to build that city? And that's what's happening with us right now. Those of us who know we're Moors are trying to build, trying to uplift our people. And it's a whole lot more of us that don't understand we're Moors and still believe we're black that are fighting the Moors from helping our own people. Because it's not Europeans. It ain't a European yet that's came and told me to my face, you're not Moors. You're not Moorish American. You're wrong for saying that. No. The quote-unquote cracker they ain't never done that. The only people that's doing it is the people that look like me. Sad. You gotta get right.
It's somebody that freestyle It's just that cold train. That Miles Davis. Another line. Something like a sketch. I ain't black, said the man to the kettle. Ruby heart with some emeralds for the bezel. Can't settle. We ascending to that next level. On the way up, I say peace, devil. My metal is verbs and nouns. Peace Apollo, catch me in Rio, bending them sounds. Got the soul by the pound, let it cook for a while. Speaker serving that loud. Now you loving our style, magic cow like Houdini with a beanie, really affairs. And the graffiti in the city, hieroglyphics, you dig? Asleep, sipping Kool-Aid, eating ribs awake. The Moors back, putting together the pyramids, my lord. Last shall be first if I'm recalling. If this ain't prophecy, then we living in what you call it. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice is the calling. You witnessing the rise of the fallen, what up? Woo. In the Chi-Town, they saying what up? What up? What up? Reporting live from the rich, and we saying what up? What up? What up? Mobbing through the cosmos, saying what up? What up? What up? Live from Planet Asia, it is I. Solo with a finger to the sky. On the half off that 3005. The wizardry is cold, I promise not a lie. Jedi, dropping jewels that I picked up from Atlantis. Got the game from Bata, that led to overstanding. Captain with 7 rings, we here to say the planet. Hey dude, in the flesh, devil screaming, god damn it. The weapons can't damage, straight jamming when you aim. Tried everything you could, and yet we still remain. Peace to all my brethren, we see Babylon in flames. Don't wanna feel the fire, they quit playing with our names. The last shall be first if I'm recalling. If this ain't prophecy, then we living in what you call it. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice is the calling. We witnessing the rise of the fallen.
Bonus round. Oh, wait, check that out right there. Check that. Bonus round. See, I was about to go to sleep, and then I said, oh, man. man, I forgot to cover that one point. And I know if I didn't do it, people's going to be in the comment section. Oh, but you ain't say nothing about the definition. And he said, when we use the word black, we don't mean it like that. And we mean it like the triple stage blackness and it's from all things come and blah, 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 blah. That's cool, man. That's a real cute, and I get it. Black power, whatever, man. Cool. What I meant, and what you can see with the little screenshot, I'll pull it up for you so you can see. When I said, it don't matter what you mean, Brother Ben, what I was saying is it's not about what Brother Ben means when he uses the word black. Because Brother Ben doesn't get to say, this is the definition for all black people, for all so-called black people. Neither does the Nation of Islam. They don't get to set the standard and say, this word means this anytime black people use it. And everybody in the society in the U.S. has to follow. It don't work like that. You see, words, if you look up this science called etymology, not no belief, not what you feel about the word, but the science that teaches you to understand the true meaning of words. Yeah, not belief, science. And when you study etymology, you can see the root, you can see the traces of the word, you can understand what denotative versus connotative means. Denotative is the original meaning. Black had an original meaning. Before the connotatives, the meanings that were placed on top of the original meaning, there's an original meaning. And it wasn't applying to us as original people. That's a fact. You don't have to believe me. Look it up. It's not going to change. Yeah. So when I said it don't matter what Brother Ben means when he says black, I mean that. Because it doesn't matter. Because it's not about what Brother Ben means. I get what Brother Ben is saying. I never didn't get it. I used to call myself black. So when someone says, what's up, black man? Peace, black man. Black power, black man. I understand what they may be meaning by it, but it's not about what they mean. What does it mean in law? Do you know, or are you ignorant? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Have you heard that? Holla at Kevin Gates. Islam. Assalamu alaikum to that brother. Real one. So, just to close it up. When I said, it doesn't matter what Brother Ben means by the word black, it's not to dismiss his opinion. It's not to just dismiss his perspective as if I'm not hearing or listening to what he's saying. No. To the contrary. I'm listening very clearly. And I know that he is incorrect. I know that people that are calling us black people are incorrect. I don't care what station, what kind of title, what kind of fame, notoriety you got, how much work you put in. The fact is the fact. I don't care about the people before us. If they didn't know, they didn't know. But it ain't gonna change. We wasn't black people before the 1300s. We weren't. You would call something else. And it's Moors. Sorry, I told you in the beginning. You wanted something to make you feel good. This ain't that. You know what this is. You know what this is. You know what that is. Yeah. Moors. Moorish American. Descendants of Moroccans and born in America. Do the knowledge. Know thyself. And your Father God Allah. And on that note, I'm out. Peace, love, and all that. Shh.